What's good, everybody? I appreciate you checking in. All right, let's break down this Week 11 matchup against the Miami Dolphins. Let's kind of break this thing down a little bit. I understand we're 2-7. We're on a 5-game losing streak. I think the majority of the Raider fan base wants to see us play for a draft spot, but don't be surprised if we squeak out a win. I understand everything's against us. Not many of us will believe that we even have a chance to go up against this Miami Dolphins team. But again, this Miami Dolphins team, they're not very good as well. Yes, they're coming off a win against the Rams, and so they got a little bit of a spark last week. But I'm going to kind of break this thing down, and at the end of this video, I'll let you know why I do think that we have a. Don't be surprised if we do pull out a win against the Miami Dolphins. And so before we get into it, if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications. My next giveaway is 4,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you do want to be included. Again, it's just my way of saying thank you and giving back. It would be my 6th giveaway since starting my channel last season. And so again, just my way of giving back. So let's kind of break this thing down. Let's talk about the injury report first. You know, Kolton Miller, he was on the injury report the majority of the week as questionable, but I think he's going to be a go. And so I hope that he is 100% because I am excited about this offensive line, and I'll talk more about that when we talk about the offensive side. But then we do have some key players out. Andre James, he is out for this week, which I'm very happy about. That means JPJ should be our center, which I think that's the future of our center position, so I'm excited about that. We got Harrison Bryant. He's out. That's a big blow. But again, we got Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer, he is officially back, and he will play. Now, how much he's going to play, I'm not exactly sure. It's probably going to take him a game or two just to get his feet wet and just kind of get back into game speed. So, but we will see Michael Mayer, which is a good thing. Hopefully he's 100% ready to roll. Cody Whitehair, he's officially out, which is perfectly fine. I think Cody Whitehair has been one of the worst offensive linemen for us this year, so I'm glad that he is gone. And a guy that's been stepping up is Jordan Meredith. So I'm excited to see Jordan Meredith get the start this weekend. I think this is 4th consecutive game of getting substantial playing time, so I'm definitely excited to see him play this weekend. And then, which is a huge blow, is Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs is officially out, which means I think we'll see a little more Darnay Holmes. He'll get a little more playing time, but man, going against Tyreek Hill as well as Jalen Waddle, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough going up against this receiver core because, again, they're fast, they are good, and they will cause you problems if you don't get in their face, physical, playing good, disciplined football. And so having Nate Hobbs out, that's without question a huge blow. But again, next man up, we got to make sure that we step up. And if we want to win, if we want to have a chance, you got to make sure that you are solid on that back end in the secondary in order to stop this receiver core. So that kind of sums up the injury report. Again, tough to see Nate Hobbs out. You know, Kolton Miller, he's healthy, which is good, especially based off of what we saw against Cincinnati Bengals. We had Kolton Miller go down. Andres Pete went down. Cody Whitehair went down. I mean, we had so many injuries just in that one game. It's good to see Kolton Miller come back, but again, hopefully he's 100%. And so let's jump to the offensive side of the ball. Some of the things that I'm looking forward to. One, it's Scott Turner. You know, what is Scott Turner's offense going to look like? Remember, he was our passing game coordinator. So are we going to see a heavy dose of the passing game? I'm not sure because obviously Antonio Pierce, he wants to establish the run. That's what he has said since the start of the season, since the offseason, that he wants to see us establish the run. And so I don't know what we're going to see. You know, Scott Turner might be more comfortable because he was our passing game coordinator to kind of open things up and really lean on the passing game. And so we'll kind of see how it plays out. It'll be, to be determined, but that's one thing I'm definitely going to be focused on just to see what does his offense kind of look like moving forward. Because at this point, it's just like Bo Hardigree last year. This is kind of Scott Turner's way of auditioning for the offensive coordinator job. You know, if AP continues to be the head coach next season, he still has the job. Scott Turner is kind of auditioning for this OC job at this point. So again, we'll kind of see how it plays out. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what Scott Turner's offense looks like. And then next, it's the quarterback position. Obviously, Gardner Minshew is getting the start, which I disagree with. You know, we know what Gardner Minshew is. And let's be honest, when Aiden O'Connell comes back from his injury, which should be in 2, maybe 3 weeks, I think Aiden O'Connell is going to get the start. So Gardner Minshew starting, I mean, we know what he is. He's not going to help us moving forward at any point. And so why not? Why not start Desmond Ridder and just see what he has? It's the opportunity for these coaches to kind of get their eyes on him in a real game situation and just kind of see how he can move this offense, see how he conducts himself within this offense. You know, I understand he's only been with us for a few weeks now, so it is tough. But at the end of the day, you're playing for the future. You're kind of planning for the future. So could Desmond Ridder be just another quarterback in this quarterback room to provide competition, maybe be a veteran presence? You know, you never know. And so, but these are the things that you want to start to evaluate now. Gardner Minshew does nothing for us. He has no role with us in the future. So let's see what Desmond Ridder has, because again, when Aiden O'Connell's healthy, he's most likely coming back and he's gonna be the starter, which I hope he is, because I also want to see what Aiden O'Connell can do. I want to give Aiden O'Connell as much time within the starting offense to really get a good grasp of what can he do. Now, can any quarterback really thrive in just the situation that our offense is? Most likely not. But again, you just got to give Aiden O'Connell the chance. And so, again, I'd rather start Desmond Ridder, but Gardner Minshew gets the nod, and we'll kind of see how that progresses. But let me know in the comment section down below, who do you want to see start, Gardner Minshew or Desmond Ridder? Do you agree with Gardner Minshew getting the start? And also, do you think Desmond Ridder might get some playing time in this Miami game if he just comes out and plays horribly? Do you think, once again, he'll get benched to Desmond Ridder come in? Let me know in the comment section down below. And now next up, what I'm really excited about, this is what I'm really focused on. It might be boring, but again, it's just kind of how I am with my football mind. I want to see the interior of this offensive line. I want to see Jackson Powers-Johnson at the center position, Jordan Meredith at the left guard, and Dylan Parham at the right guard. I want to see this core, this interior O-line go up against a pretty good Miami Dolphins defensive line. You know, Miami, they came after the quarterback against the Rams last week. I think they got to Stafford 4 times, so they're going to bring it. I want to see this interior offensive line really work, because these are some young players. JPJ being a rookie, Jordan Meredith, he's only 26 years old. This is Dylan Parham's 3rd year. This is a young set of players in the interior that I think are playing very solid together. And so if they can continue this could give us a really good foundation moving into the offseason, into next year, with some solid young offensive linemen. So again, I'm really excited to kind of see it. But then on the right side, I'm also excited about DJ Glaze. He's got some substantial playing time. And so I just want to see him progress. I want to see him improve every single week, because hopefully we do have the right tackle of the future moving forward, because he's excelled. He's done very well on the pass blocking side, and he has improved on the run blocking as well, which is one of the things that we were kind of skeptical about when he played at Maryland, because he wasn't very good, when in the run blocking, but slowly, week by week, he's improving. So I'm excited. Definitely this interior, as well as DJ Glaze, I definitely want to watch these guys as the game goes on, because I'm excited for the future of this offensive line with these guys. Now let's flip to the defensive side of the ball. This is tough. I understand our defense going through a lot of injuries, but as it stands right now, I think they're giving up almost on average 28 points per game. And this is something we just have to improve on. Again, injuries, it's tough. I understand, but this was kind of the heartbeat of our team going into this season. And I just want to see us improve. One of the things that we have to improve on is this run game. We have to be able to stop the run. This is what Miami likes to do. They like to run. Tua isn't the best thrower of the football, right? He doesn't have the best arm in the league. And so if we can make this team one-dimensional, yes, they got guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. It's going to be tough to kind of hold those guys down. But if you force Tua to have to throw that football, I think, one, there's a chance that we can get to him, make his day a little bit rough by getting in his face. But again, if we force him to throw the football and make them one-dimensional, it definitely helps us out in getting stops throughout the game. And so that's one of the biggest things I want to see. I want to see us kind of stop this run. Based on what we saw against Cincinnati, we're going to struggle. We let Chase Brown go for 120 plus yards, which is the best game I think he's had of his career. So we just have to kind of step up in the run game, make this Miami team very one-dimensional, and it starts with stopping the run. Make Miami do what they're not comfortable doing. I think that is dropping back and having to pass that ball downfield on a consistent basis. So shut down Devon Achane, shut down Raheem Mostert, and just make them one-dimensional. So that's definitely what I'm looking for with this defense. I'm also going to watch out for this secondary, because Jacorian Bennett, I really want to see how Jacorian Bennett does. Is he going to be the one locked up on Tyreek Hill? Will he be against Jalen Waddle? I want to see just kind of where Jacorian Bennett plays, because he's progressing into the top corner on this team. Jack Jones was supposed to come in and really be that number one corner, but I think Jacorian Bennett is really taking that over. And so I want to see him just kind of continue to show that improvement, especially against two extremely good receivers, whether it be Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle. And so I'm definitely going to be focused on Jacorian Bennett, just kind of see how he progresses. I want to see him shut these guys down, just like he did against Jamar Chase. He really shut down Jamar Chase and the opportunities that he got in that Cincinnati game. So I definitely want to see him continue to improve as this game goes on and the season goes on. And then Isaiah Paul-Mal. I want him to continue to improve. I don't think he's given up a single touchdown on him all season long. Let's keep that going. These are things that we can definitely hang our hat on going into the offseason and definitely be excited about in the offseason and going into next year. Now, again, look, like I said in the beginning, I understand almost all of us are kind of playing for a draft position at this point. We're 2-7. We're at the bottom of the AFC West, and the future doesn't look bright. But here's the thing is there's a chance that we might squeak away with a win. And I'll tell you why. One, when the schedule was released in the offseason last year, I did a breakdown video of our schedule. And this was a game that I think it actually kind of puts, this is kind of a trap game, in my opinion, for the Miami Dolphins. Reason being, if you look at their previous 2 weeks, right, they were at Buffalo and they played in Buffalo. And then they had to travel to the West Coast and play the Rams. All right. And then from the Rams, they travel all the way back home, and now they play us, and we're coming off of a bye. Now, obviously, when I made that video, I didn't know that our offense was going to be an absolute mess. But the thing is anytime you have teams that have to travel a lot, they got a lot of just travel hours right before a game, that's tough. That's tough. And they also just came off of a pretty decent battle against the Rams. So that's always hard to come off a pretty decent battle and then kind of get yourself back up the following week. You see it all the time. I do a lot of sports betting, and you see it all the time. When a team especially in the NFL, when a team comes off of a pretty decent battle, sometimes they come out a little bit flat. And then you look at our situation. We completely revamped our offensive coaching staff. And when you have a coaching change, sometimes that can kind of spark a team. Doesn't matter if you agree with the coaching change or not. Sometimes it sparks a team. Look at what happened last week when the Saints beat the Falcons. The Saints, they fired Dennis Allen, and then all of a sudden they come out and they beat the Falcons, right? I mean, sometimes whenever there's a coaching change, there's just a little bit of a spark. And so I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if we come out and actually we're a little bit competitive in this game. Because again, I'll also remind you, look at the spark that happened when we fired Josh McDaniels and then we put 30+ points on the Giants last year. Again, sometimes a team just needs a spark, even if it's little, and you might find yourself in the win column for that week. And so again, don't be surprised. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think the score is going to be? Let me know what you think the score is going to be in the comment section down below. But again, I appreciate you guys. It's kind of my breakdown. Again, not a whole lot to be excited about with just the way that our team is right now. But for myself, I'm always focused and looking on certain positions or players to see, are there things that we can kind of be excited about moving forward in the offseason and next year. And that's kind of what I'm focused on moving forward. So again, I appreciate you sticking with me. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My next giveaway is 4,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button if you want to be included, and hit that notification bell, because sometimes I will surprise you with a kind of a surprise giveaway. So I appreciate you. Enjoy the game. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.